Welcome back to TigerComp Excel 9. We're looking at part 2 of Excel 9, understanding how to buy a house, or what it really costs to buy a house. All right. So as I kind of start talking, you can start filling this information in. So we're going to A6. That's where we're going to start our information. House I can't afford, interest rate, number of payments, monthly payments. You can even kind of do a quick copy and paste from your row 1 and just kind of fill in those 2 blanks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just type it all out. Okay, so let's say you're living in an apartment before you're going to buy a house. Right now you're making $700 in rent in your apartment. I don't know where you're getting this deal in Seattle. Maybe you're living in some teeny tiny studio apartment. Anyway, let's say you can put that much money into a monthly payment on your house. Right? That's not, all right, $700. Okay, what kind of house can you afford then? Right? That's really what we're looking to understand. Today, housing market, you can probably get a loan at an interest rate of 5%, actually probably less right now if you were buying a house, assuming you have the funds to do that. And you know, a lot of people start with a 30-year mortgage, and we're going to take a look at that and understand what that means to take a 30-year mortgage. Though technically, I'm going to be honest with you, if you can afford a 15-year mortgage, you're going to save a ton of money. And we're going to look at that, how that affects us as we're working through this. All right, let's go ahead and start plugging some numbers in. All right, so our interest rate, we're going to put 5% in here. All right, number of payments that we're going to take, all right, it's 30 years. You pay every month, right? So that's 30 times 12, right? Oh, don't forget to put your equal sign in there. Right. So we got that idea, right? And of course, we know that you can put in a monthly payment of $700. Right? That's what we said. So we're kind of working our way backwards this time to figure out the house that we can afford. Right? Now, let's go to A7 now. Right? That's this box right here. And once again, we're going to insert a function. Right? We want a monthly payment function again, but this time instead of using the PMT, we want to do the PV function. Right? PV. Right? So PV function. Our PV function is what's called the present value of an investment. So this is the one we want. We can enter our rate. Right? We already know how to do that. We can also enter our INPER. Right? If you remember how to do those. So if you remember correctly, this is our 5%. Just our 5% divided by 12, so interest rate divided by that, and our INPER, oops, don't put that equal in there, sorry. And then the INPER, of course, is the number of payments that you need. Right? So that's this box right here. Right? So now we have this new one, our PMT. Right? PMT is each period and cannot change over the life of the investment. Okay, so you're always going to pay this amount. That's what that means. So of course, our PMT, of course, is we're putting in $700 a month, and so that's our PMT. Right? Once again, we're not going to worry about the FV or the type as we're working with this idea. Right? Now, as you can see, once we put this in, it says that if we want to buy a house, we can afford a house of $130,000 basically. Right? Pretty simple function, right? But can definitely get a lot more complicated if you try to figure out what happens if you have what's called a down payment. You know, you have so many thousands of dollars already saved up that you're going to put into your house. You know, typically the real estate people and the smart financial people say, you know, you should put 20% down. So it usually cuts down your payments and makes it really affordable. Right? So let's work with this a little bit, and figure out, well, what if we did something different with our money, right? What if we got a better loan? What if we had different payments, all right? So we're still going to take a 30-year mortgage, so that's not going to change, right? But we're going to get a different interest rate. We're going to get a 3.5% interest rate, right? And instead of paying $700 a month, we're going to pay $900 a month, right? Now this is pretty typical of that 3.5. That's what most people are able to get nowadays. And putting $900 in a month, well, let's see what kind of house that's going to enable us to purchase, right? Now, if I just copy my pattern down, you could go back through and insert a function and type in all the different things, but I'd say why when Excel will do it all for you, right? And so you can see how it shifted everything up here in my formula, changed everything. It makes things much, much easier, right? So lower interest rate, $200 more per month, and you can actually buy a house that's $70,000 more than you had. All right, so we have that idea. Right? Now, what does that buy you in our economy in Seattle? $200,000, that, you know, less than 2,000 square foot, or a really nice fixer-upper. Of course, if you love HGTV or TLC and you love fixing things up, right, that might be the house for you. All right, we're going to end this video again. We got a couple more we're going to look at. We're going to look at college, and then I think we're just going to look at understanding how we invest money also, right? So we're going to end this video. Your sheet should look like this so far, and come back for the next part.